All right, chat. Very good afternoon. I hope we're all doing well today. Welcome to the stream. Welcome indeed. I hope we all had a fantastic week. It's Friday. Hopefully, everybody looking forward to the weekend. It doesn't really feel like a Friday for me, though, because I am working tomorrow. But, yeah, all good. Hope we all had a good week. Like I say, happy Friday to everybody. And welcome to the stream. Welcome back. So today we are going to be flying some real-world Ryanair operations on the stream. We're just going to be doing one leg, but it's a route that's a little bit different. Something that we've never done before on the stream. I mean, it's nothing too crazy, don't get me wrong, but it's just an airport that previously I'd never really thought to fly to until Markus reached out to me and kindly sent over his scenery for Asturias. Probably saying that wrong, but Asturias on the northern coast of Spain. Markus Nyberg, that is, by the way, chat. This is an Orbx scenery, so I thought let's go check it out. Let's go check it out. It looks like a great scenery, and I mean, yeah, can't go wrong with a bit of Spanish destinations, can you? Really, there's not many bad ones. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. It's a real-world Ryanair flight. It goes from London Stansted to Asturias. Flight number's 2489er, and we're actually going to be flying, as you can see a little bit in the background here, we're going to be flying in the Ryanair, I believe it's called the Dreamliner livery. I'm not actually sure if it's actually on this aircraft anymore in the real world. But it's not a livery we've ever flown on the stream before, and it's a really nice Ryanair livery. Obviously, it's a combination, really, isn't it, of a Boeing livery and a Ryanair livery. But I mean, I've never been a huge fan of the Ryanair livery, to be quite honest with you. So if I can do anything to make it look a bit nicer, I will. So that's what we've got today. We've got the Dreamliner livery. It's not one we've flown, like I say. So looking forward to a bit of that. We're back in the PMDG 737-800 as well, of course. Very, very much looking forward to that. It's been weeks since we've flown the PMDG. I think the last time we flew it was... I think we actually did a Ryanair flight then. Oh, no, we didn't actually. We were going to do Ryanair, but it ended up being Fuzz Air, didn't it? Because that's when the 737-800 livery dropped for Fuzz Air. So that ended up being something different, didn't it? So, yeah, we're back with more PMDG action. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm not sure if I've ever flown the PMDG with my TCA side stick either. So it should be quite interesting to see if it helps at all with the longer throw on it. So yeah, that's the plan today. I've got some new blinds here in my office, which I'm very happy about. I know it sounds very, very dull and boring to you guys, but yeah, because we're now getting into the summer and the days are a lot longer, and sort of cuts into my stream time, if you like. It means that it's more difficult to control the lighting in here. I only moved in here during the winter, so it wasn't really an issue up until the last few weeks. So I've now got some new nice blinds that almost block out all the lights in here from the window, which is really, really nice. It means I can able to control the light for the camera on the stream much better. So very, very pleased about that. You guys can see my ugly mug in relatively perfect lighting most of the time. So yeah, anyway, nothing else really to report. Been quite a quiet week, I suppose, hasn't it, in flight simulation? So let's get cracking then. Who have we got in the chat? Hey, Soren, dude, thank you so much. Coming in with the 200 Danish krone. I'm not sure why it's not pinging up. It probably will ping up in a minute, but thank you so much, my dude. Hello to you. Welcome to the stream, and thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you. There it is. There it is. Very kind of you, Soren. Thank you so, so much. That's super, super generous. Thank you. Right. So, who else have we got in the chat then? We've got Zach. Zach's here. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. MPS is here. Welcome. Andy, welcome indeed. Roy is here. Another weekend, another weekend, another week, another weekend, another stream. Yes, indeed. Another 2 streams this weekend. We've got one on Sunday as well, but welcome, Roy. Daz, welcome to the chat. Arctic, welcome indeed. Good to see you again. Philippe, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Liana, welcome indeed. Hope you're doing well. No flight sim streams for 2 days. Crikey. Yeah, it sounds like a rough 2 days. So I'm glad I can fill that gap for you today. And welcome indeed. Ollie, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Sorry about that. Nightbot is a little bit strict sometimes. Yeah, I tried to do this thing with Nightbot where I could add in regulars, so it wouldn't be as strict on regular chat members, but it didn't seem to work that well. So yeah, sorry about that. Ollie, I'm not using a yoke. I don't have a yoke, I'm afraid. Yeah, I like to keep things relatively minimal on my desk. But I am very tempted to get a yoke, to be quite honest with you. I would really like to experience a yoke, especially when flying the Boeings and especially when flying the ATR. So I am tempted for the Boeing yoke, the Thrustmaster Boeing. It does look very good. I've heard a lot of good things about it, to be honest with you. So if I do get one, it will probably be that one. So yes, using the TCA side stick today though. MPS says I did a flight yesterday in the ATR 72 Gothenburg to Bromma, but had a bug, could not increase speed over 200 knots at flight level 190. I don't think that is actually an issue, MPS Gaming. I think that is about normal performance for the ATR at flight level 190. 200 knots. It's not a very powerful aircraft, remember, the ATR, so that sounds about right. I think the issue with the Microsoft ATR is that the magenta bug will bug much higher than what it's actually capable of doing at that flight level. So it kind of leads you into a false sense of, you know, I should be going quicker here. But I did have a bit of a look into that because we had the same thing, similar last stream, and around 200 knots at a high flight level like that. Remember, the service ceiling is only flight level 250 for the ATR. Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah. Soren, of course, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Summer in Sweden, very nice, very nice. Yeah, we've had some nice days here in the UK so far. It's definitely not summer here though. But yeah, the temperature's still up and down. We have had some quite nice days recently. I'm glad you noticed, Roy. Yeah, I mean, it's a subtle difference because, you know, it depends on the lighting outside, whether it's, you know, daytime or not. Obviously, when it's not daytime, you shouldn't really notice a difference, but yeah. I've also had my hair cut, so that might also make a difference as well. Just Uncool, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Elba Pino, welcome from France. Cheese and wine. Welcome indeed. Love to see it. Hope you're doing well. Photogrow Max, welcome to the chat. Warshtech, welcome to the chat. Navigraph changed the name from Central to Hub. Yes, they have, yeah. I don't think it actually changes any functionality. It's just a name change there. Better name, I think. It makes more sense. Problem with yokes is the amount of space between the yourself and the desk. Yeah, it certainly is. That's why I don't really have one, to be honest. And I do a fair amount of work here at this desk as well. So it'd just be... I'd have to move it out of the way every single time. So that's just a bit of a pain. Chris, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Welcome indeed. A stream filled with crash landings. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But you never know. Engine was about 85%. Increase the max. Nothing happens. Yeah, I mean, you're still going to get a performance ceiling, aren't you, in the aircraft. I don't know the exact figures off the top of my head, but that kind of performance is probably about right. Daz, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I've already welcomed you, haven't I? Still no news in the Aerosoft. No, nothing yet. No, they've posted a few more teasers, little screenshots here and there on the forums, but nothing new yet in terms of release dates, etc. Fuzzy, less fuzzy, more aerodynamic. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's that's exactly it. How long until we get started? Not long. As soon as I've caught up with the chat here, you guys keep talking more, so it's making me talk more. Aviation with Elliot, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Welcome indeed. I speak to two pilots who's flown this very aircraft. Amazing, dude. Amazing. Can you ask them if the paint is actually, if this paint scheme actually still exists, or did they paint over it with a regular Ryanair? But yeah, beautiful. Really cool. Brian, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. And thank you so much, Elliot. Thank you, thank you. Dan, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Welcome from Bucharest, indeed. Yeah, I mean, it's always good to know where people are from, where people are watching from. It's super cool to see all the different places people are. Brian's in Spain. Very, very cool. Right. That is the red, yes, Elliot, yes. Yep. Right. Okay then, chat. So let's get rolling then, shall we? So currently here on the ground at Stansted. This is the Freeware Stansted. Well, there isn't a payware one, so this is just the Stansted that we have for the sim. It's so good. I can't believe this is freeware, honestly. It's so nice, this scenery. Really, really good. looking forward to flying out of Stansted. I know it's been requested a few times on the channel as well. A few people wanted me to do some Stansted flights, so hopefully this this is suitable and it cures your want for a Stansted flight. So yeah, let's jump into the aircraft and we'll brief the OFP as we normally do. Aircraft's already powered up here. We've got the captain, the pilot monitoring for today. He's already been in and, you know, flicked a few switches like he normally does. So let's have a look then. So today's flight, we are actually tracking this on New Sky, by the way. This is technically a Fuzz Air flight, but I just wanted to use New Sky for the tracking because it's so good, and I love the scoring. Let's just pretend Ryanair are chartering one of our planes, so it's going through the Fuzz Air books, something like that. Right, so today we're going to be Ryanair 2489. It's the 12th of May. We're going from Stansted to Asturias. We're in a Boeing 738, Echo India Delta Charlie Lima. Call sign's going to be Ryanair 2489. Expected off-block time is in just over 30 minutes. 1700 Zulu. Expected to arrive just before 7 p.m. Zulu, 1857. We're covering 611 miles over the ground. Takeoff weight is fairly on the light side today, 60 tons. And alternate is going to be Leln. I'm not sure where that is, but we will find out in a minute. Initially cruising flight level 370 and then stepping up to 390 at Lorku. Trip time is 1 hour and 29 minutes, and if we need to divert, it's going to be another 28 minutes. Block fuel, we're expected to take 6,501 kilograms, and our routing here is expected or Stansted 04 on the Nugbo 1 Sierra. We do actually have ATC online here at the moment. So if we just take a quick look at the ATC here, we can see it is runway 04 in use. So that is fine. And then expected 29 at Asturias, but again, that could change on the way. Mavos 2 Charlie is the arrival. Not going to dwell on that too much. Only 126 passengers today and 1.5 tons of cargo. Like I said, pretty light today. And then coming further down and looking at the weather, we do have a Sigma in place over in the Madrid flight information region. And let's just have a quick... So we've got basically severe turbulence forecast. In the area between flight level 140 to flight level 280, moving to the southeast at 25 knots with no changes. So, yeah, some potential turbulence, but we should fly... Well, actually, that might affect us for the descent, so I have to just bear in mind maybe seatbelt signs for a bit longer on the descent, but we'll see how well that's simulated as ever. Weather at Stansted here is looking... okay. Winds from the north, 15 knots, so decent amount of wind, and we do have quite a low ceiling as well, and some reduced visibility to 9,000 meters. Overcast at 400 and 10 degrees temperature and 10 degrees dew point, so potential for some mist to form in the near future. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. As you can see, the TAF is really trending towards lower visibility as the evening goes on. And mist is in there as well. So that's that. And then weather at Asturias is looking much better, really quite light winds and good visibility. Alternate is actually Leon, which has quite some gusty winds there, but everything else looks fairly decent. So that is the OFP. Looking at the charts, initially off to the west and then to the south over the west of London. Passing over the Channel Islands, Jersey, and then over this little sticky out bit on France. I don't actually know what's there. And then over the Bay of Biscay and then down into Asturias on the north coast of Spain. And that is actually a Leon in Spain. Did not know there was also a Leon in Spain. There we go. So, looking at the significant weather charts, this is the forecast valid 1800 Zulu, so it is quite significant for us for this this leg. We do have an area of clear air turbulence here, just off to the west of our routing. We've got some moderate turbulence between flight level 200 and flight level 360, and then another area off to the east here, which is probably not going to cause us any issues. And that's probably about it. That really is a huge deal for us for this trip. Good. Okay, so let's get rocking and rolling then with our flights. So I'm not sure if the sim brief jobby actually happened. So let me just make sure that has actually happened here. Right, let's jump on to the flight deck then. Sorry, I forgot to have a quick look down the aisle as we like to do. And then, yeah, let's jump inside then, shall we? Looks like the fueler is here, actually. He is. Fantastic. So we'll start with the refueling. We'll request a catering as well whilst we're here. And then, yeah, so fuel, we want 6501. So we'll get that in. And we might as well do the payload whilst we're here as well. So we'll just stick in a 0 fuel weight just to make things easier. 53.7. Get everything loaded up nice and evenly. Good. Okie dokes. So good. The refueling is happening. Good. Got a nice GSX profile for this airport, so I'm expecting to see some nice passenger walking paths coming out of the terminal here. So, like I said, the pilot monitoring, the captain has already been on board and pretty much done everything he needed to for the setup. All I'll do here is just quickly set our final cruising altitude up here, and then let's come down and start setting up. So our routing origin is going to be EGSS, and we're going to LEAS. Let's see if we can request that. We can. Bagels, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Sergio, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Guys, I'll catch up with some of the other messages once we got set up here. We do have a decent amount of time whilst we are in the air today, so I'll catch up with the messages once we've got the setup out the way and we're en route. So that's our flight plan. That all looks good. We'll execute that. Departure expecting 04 center. Didn't know there was a 04 center here. And then it's the Nugbo 1 Sierra. And then we'll leave the arrival for now because that is just not. We'll just save ourselves a few clicks. Good. Okay then. So Perfinite. We're going to be cost index 6. Reserve fuel is going to be 1.9. Zero fuel weights is 53.7. Planned fuel 6.5. In fact. Fueling should be more or less done. It is. Oh, we've got a TUI next to us. Love to see it. And the catering is here as well. Very good. Very nice. Cuisine Air. Okay, good. So, our cruising flight level initially, flight level 370. And I've just remembered that I completely failed to look into how to properly do a step climb in the PMDG. I'm pretty sure last time we had this come up, I said I was going to look into it, but I've clearly not done that. So we'll have to try and work that out as we go. Transition altitude here is 6,000. Good. And then we'll just do a very standard sort of D rates. I'm going to actually go for a 22k D rates for the takeoff, just because we're actually fairly light today. So that should work okay for us. And then takeoff we'll use flaps 5, and then those are the speeds, and then the CG will do 20.9, 5.53 on the trim. Good. Right, so let me just check the legs page real quick, make sure everything is in there. We've got a bypass here. Now, let's go ahead and just bring the speed down there to maybe 210, see if that gets rid of it. Oops. $3,000 or above, and then 5,000. Good. Okay. Bypass is gone as well. Very nice. Bringing the winds as well. Yes, we do have it. Right, let's get our clearance as well, shall we? So, we're Ryanair 2489. We are at stand 45. We're 738. And the current ATIS is... Well, I think we've actually got it. I think I actually pre-tuned it here earlier. Let's just see if we can hear that. Oh, here it is.
Overcast 400 feet, temperature +10, dew point +10, QNH 1023. Acknowledge receipt of information Alpha. And advise aircraft type on first contact. Stansted information Alpha. Time 1550 Zulu. Automatic. Runway in use 04.
Right. Alpha is the latest, so that's fine. Good. All right, we'll speak to ground then and get our clearance, shall we? Have I just mucked that up? I think I have, haven't I? Let's uplink the cruise wind. Okay, that's fine. We'll just leave it at that. Okay. Right, let's get our clearance then, shall we? Stansted ground, very good evening, Ryanair 2489, a stand 45, type Boeing 738, QNH 1023, information Alpha, request clearance to Asturias.
Right there, 2489, so that's a ground hello there. Information at Bravo, QNH 1023, you cleared to destination via the new Nyberg 10 departure, squawk 7504.
Roger, we'll check information Bravo, cleared to Asturias, Nugbo 1 Sierra, squawk 7504, Ryanair 2489.
Ryanair 2489 correct?
Lovely stuff. So 7504. Good. So everything as expected, so no issues there. Right, let's get the packs on. Probably should have done that already, really, but let's do it. Let's see, where are they actually going to come from here, though? I assume they're going to come out of that sort of jetway there, this little walking one. There they are. Well, that's the dispatcher, isn't it? This just changed. I'm sure this just changed into a different kind of staircase. That's interesting. Right. Okay, so let me get my checklist. Squeaky drawers. Okay, so pre-flight checklist. Oxygen is tested 100%. Nav transfer and display switches normal and auto. Good. Window heat is on. Pressurization mode selector is in auto. Flight instruments are heading 102. Altimeter 340, 348 and 9 feet. QNH 1023. Engine start levers are in cut-off. Pre-flight checklist complete.
Hello, sir.
Good, good, good. Right. I can catch up with some messages in just a moment after I find the step. Okay, so we've got a step box here. I forget how to use it though, chat. If anyone knows how to use the step feature in this MCDU or this FMS, I would be very open to hearing your pointers. Right, let's see. Culinaire would be a good air catering brand name too. I'm sure there is one called Culinaire as well, to be fair. I'm sure there is. Must be. Like Ryanair's anything close to cuisine. Yeah, I mean, it's all just, what is it, like toasties and pot noodles? Absolute fine dining of the skies. How do I turn off the GUI in third person? What do you mean by third person there? Watch Tech. Oh, I know what you mean. So you mean the chase camera. Yeah, you basically just go into your assistance options here. User experience. And then you want to turn one of these guys off, whichever one is applicable. Chris is going on vacation in Thailand this Tuesday, so expect all flights to be in sea for the foreseeable time. Well, amazing, dude. Amazing that you're going to Thailand. I hope you have a good time. I'm not sure. You expect all flights to be in the sea or in Seattle? Sorry, I think I'm missing something there. Sounds amazing, dude, though. Whereabouts in Thailand? Mariner, welcome to the chat. Going very well. Thank you, my friends. How are you doing as well? Commentator, welcome to the chat. Oh, look at that. He's got the beautiful 1-year badge. Welcome, dude. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Chris has a 10-year-old Cytec. Yeah, whatever works for you, isn't it? Isn't it? I mean, the Cytec is quite well known for being quite something that lasts, isn't it? Biggle says, how's my week going? Pretty decent. It's been very busy and a little bit tiring, to be honest. But yeah, good. Thanks for asking. How is your week going, Biggles? Freeware Stansted has loads of hills and bumps on the taxiways and stands for me. Well, I've not flown out of here in a long time, so I can't really comment on whether I've experienced that, but I haven't noticed any just looking around. All I would suggest is make sure that you either, make sure that you add a exception in GSX. If you're using GSX, make sure you add Stansted to your, to exclude the GSX jetways in the Fsdreamteam installer. You need to do that with all custom airports, otherwise you will end up with bumps and lumps all over the place. Or if you're using real taxiways Europe, for example, make sure you create an exception for that as well, because again, that does a similar sort of thing. Glad you're enjoying the commentator. Thank you very much for being a member for 12 months, a whole year. Crikey, how time flies. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, really, since I started just doing YouTube and having the membership available. But, yeah, absolutely wild. Aaron says, not too bad, been struggling a little mentally recently, so just trying to pull myself back up, dude. I feel you, Marinette. Hope you're doing okay, and if you ever want to chat, mate, you know where I am. You've got me on Messenger, on Discord, etc. Feel free to hit me up anytime, mate. Anytime. Pedro says, where are we flying today? We're flying from Stansted to Asturias in Spain, which I'm probably still saying wrong. Was there? Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I see what you mean, Chris. Southeast Asia is an abbreviation for... Good, got you. To be honest, I've not done really hardly any flying in Southeast Asia. There's not that many sceneries, is there? You know what I'm like, I'm a bit of a scenery freak. There's a good one for Bali, I believe. I'm not sure where else, though. And it's all quite spread out as well, isn't it? Maybe we'll try and fit one in, though. We'll try and find one, Chris, that we can do, I think. There's a fix in the comments on flightsim.to for the bumps at Stansted. Good, good. Yeah, that might be worth a check as well if it's not GSX or real taxiways. Do I download GSX profiles for the airports I fly at? Yes, I do. I download a GSX profile for pretty much every airport, yeah. Yeah. Just because they're so, you know, some people put so much time into these profiles. They're so much better than just using the default settings. Quizzy, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. There's been enjoying the 738 recently. TCA yoke takes some getting used to, though. I can imagine, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would really like to try it myself, to be honest. Apparently, it feels quite a lot similar to the real thing, according to Flight Deck to Sims review. Quite impressive, really. Is this a freeware? This is a freeware, Quizzy. Yes, indeed. 787 is looking very good in the avionics, the AAU2 beta. Very nice, yeah. I did actually see a video of it today, and they've upgraded the sounds as well, haven't they? So, yeah, I'm almost tempted to pick up to download the beta and give it a go, but I'm trying to refrain because I feel like it might cause me some headaches. Which one am I using for this? GSX profile, George says. I am using the one by Michael Wilmer, I believe it's called. I'll find it real quick. We are finished boarding now, though, so let's get things moving. Get the APU fired up. I'm just going to find that profile real quick, and I'll show you. I'll put a link anyway. Michael Wimmer, sorry. Apologies, Michael, if you're out there. Yeah, Michael Wimmer. He does loads of really good profiles for GSX. That's the one, though. You might need to copy-paste that because for some reason it's not copied the HTTP. There we go. Bangkok Scenery is very good. Yeah, I've heard good things about that one as well, actually. Very cool architecturally, the airport at Bangkok as well, isn't it? Whereas in the cockpit of a Ryanair 737, it's pretty damn hard to move the yoke. Yeah, I mean, I've been in a Boeing 737 simulator before. Obviously, it wasn't like a level D or anything, but yeah, definitely a lot stiffer than what I had imagined. Did I have to leave GSX a while to load the cache for it? No, GSX doesn't use the airport cache anymore. So you don't need to do that. But obviously, you might need to restart the sim once you've installed the profile, and make sure you delete any other profiles associated with this airport if you put in that one in. Right.
And hotel.
Let's get APU on the bus then.
Zulu, Lima Hotel.
We'll just finish some of the setup here. Okay. Good. So, before start, down to the line. Flight deck door is closed and locked. Fuel is 6.5 tons. Pumps are on. Windows and doors are locked. MCP, we haven't actually set up yet, actually, have we? So, let's just do that real quick. So, our V2 140. Our initial heading is going to be 042. Initial altitude 5,000. And it is a departure based on ground-based nav aids, so we could actually go ahead and just tune in some stuff. So we just want the Barkway VOR and the EGSS lock DME, so we'll get the localizer tune on this side, 1105, and then we'll get the Barkway 11625 on this side, and we're going to use the inbound course of 280, so we'll get 280 on this side. That's all we really need. Nice and simple, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Good. So flight directors will turn on, so left and right, and then we'll arm LNAV, and that is it for the departure. We can also go ahead and just set up the EFIS as well. So we'll go to have traffic, get the VSI up on this side, airport and terrain, and then on this side we'll just go traffic, data, terrain. Good. Okay, dokes. Great stuff. We could also do the minimum flight protection altitude, which I believe is a standard procedure in the Boeing, but we'll leave that. Okay. So, we're on APU power. We'll go ahead and get rid of the ground power and chocks. Cool. We don't have any ATC on outside of Stansted. We've just got tower on, which we'll get past to next, but nothing outside of that, so we'll probably not get past to anyone after departure, but we've got 1238, which is the tower controller, so we'll get that on the standby. Right, good. So let's go ahead and do a departure briefing then. So let's do that very quickly, and then we'll request our push and start. So, first pads. So, we're here at London Stansted. This is a 30-9. Airport elevation 348 feet. So, we're currently here on the just at the end of apron B. We're at stand 45. Let's have a closer look. We're just here. So, we're departing runway 01, which is down this way yonder. So, we'll probably get asked to push back facing to the southwest. And then we'll probably get I imagine, probably a taxi on to Bravo, then Hotel. And then we'll probably follow Hotel all the way down.
678 unit, roger, contact the tower now, 12.
All the way down to either Kilo 1 or Hotel 1 for departure on runway 04. And then we're going to be departing on the Nugbo 1 Sierra. This is for runway 4 only. This is a 30-3 Lima chart. Transition altitude 6,000. When instructed, contact Stansted Director or London Control. They're not online, but we do need to report call sign, SID, and current altitude and initial cleared altitude if they come online. But we'll have to cross that bridge if we come to it. So we're initially going to depart straight ahead 2 miles from the log DME. I said Indy Sierra Echo Delta Can also be identified by the 117 radial from the Barkway VOR. We're then going to take a left turn to intercept the 280 inbound course towards Barkway. 7 miles, we want to be flying on that course inbound, and then by 5 miles, we want to be between altitude 3,000 and 5,000 feet. Then continuing on to Barkway itself, where required altitude is 5,000, and then a left turn on the 258 radial from Barkway to Nugbo, which is a required altitude of 5,000 feet. No turns below 850 feet, and do not climb above 5,000 unless instructed by ATC, which is unlikely we'll get instructed to do that because we'll be probably on Unicom, I imagine, looking at this picture here. So we'll just have to play it by ear and see how it goes, because we do have quite a bit of traffic around here, so we might want to hold off on the climb for a little bit of time. So that's it. The weather is fairly decent. We've already checked the ATIS. We've got Bravo here. Wind is a little bit windy straight from the north, so we'll have a little bit of wind coming from the left-hand side of the aircraft on departure, but other than that, nothing too bad. Visibility looks like it's holding out relatively okay. Should be no problem for the departure, though. And yeah, nothing else really to report, nothing too crazy. It should be fairly simple for the taxi as well. Right, cool. So let's request our departure clearance then, shall we? We've checked everything that's in here as well, so no issues with that. Cool. All right. So before start, down to the line. We didn't finish, did we? So takeoff speeds, V1 is sorry, MCP V2 is 140, heading 4042. And altitude 5,000 feet is set. Auto brake is RTO. Takeoff speeds are 35, 36, and 40. CDU pre-flight is completed. Parking brake is set, and the rudder and aileron trim is 3 and 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing is completed. Down to the line completed. Ryanair 2489 stand 45. Request push and start.
Ryanair 2489 stand 45, push and start approved.
Push and start approved. Ryanair 2489. Which way do you want us to push?
Right, 2489, I've got you on stand 44, push and start facing north on Charlie.
We're at stand 45 right. Would that still be okay to push to the north on Charlie? Ryanair 2489.
Right, 2489, apologies, that's my mistake. I got you confused with an aircraft. Yep, stand 45 right, push and start approved. If you're able, west on Juliet. If not, we'll get you round.
Okay, we'll try to push west on Juliet, Ryanair 2489. Okay. Bit confusing there. Let's have a look. West on Juliet. Yeah, fine. That's what we expected. Good. So, let's go, chats. Get the beacon light on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Get the transponder to alt off. Where's my man with the pin? Where are you? Hello?
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Oh, there he is. He's in the wheel bay. Right. Before start, below the line, fasten seatbelts are on. Anti-collision light is on. Parking brake is currently set. Below the line, complete. Paradise Ski, welcome to the chat. Looking for a VA to join. Any recommendations? Fuzz Air. It would be my recommendation, of course. Long feet. Welcome to the chat.
495 at 34 right. Request push and start.
Shanix 495, stand 34, push and start approved.
Push and start approved. Shanix 495.
Facing west.
Release parking brakes.
Shanix 495, if able, if you can push onto Bravo East, please.
Commencing push.
Parking brake released.
All engines clear.
Shanix
Start at will.
495. Right.
Right, let's do this thing, chat. Cool. So packs are off. APU bleed. We can get on. We'll go for a start on engine number 2 first. Start valve open. N2. And for 20%. There it is. Start the fuel flow. How did I get the plane? PMDG.com. Is there a VA command? There isn't actually, no. But it should pop up in the chat every now and again. I do need to do a VA command though, don't I? Right. Looks like the engine's stabilising. All looks good. Starter house cut out. Go for a start on number 1, shall we? I have to say, though, the PMDG, man, the sounds are so good. Having spent a lot of time at Leeds Bradford Airport over the last couple of weeks, like, I mean a lot of time. 20% N2. Obviously, the majority of the aircraft that fly out of there are 737s with CFM 56 engines. Is it CFM 56? It is, yeah. And the sound is just absolutely spot on from the PMDG, I have to say. So good.
Easy 2515, mobility 5. Can I have you down at the Easy 515, sir?
Unlocking gear.
Right, all looking good there. Very nice. Very nice. Let's set the flaps to 5. Oh, the livery. The livery was from flightsim.to.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Grand. Okies. So, get the generators on the boost.
Stansted ground is Easy
Probes on.
2515 E320 requesting IFR to Edinburgh Airport. We have information, Charlie.
Yeah, Easy 2515. I've currently got you down.
Getting the logo light on because it is a bit dreary here on the grounds.
Can you either call up as Easy 55 or change your call sign, please? Otherwise, we're going to get a bit confused.
There's the pin. Thank you very much.
Could you repeat that? Easy 2515.
Yeah, you're calling up as Easy 2515. We currently have you booked on.
To rim
Easy
553.
515. If you can change one or the other to make sure they read both, please.
Copy.
Right, we're all good. Ryanair 2489, request taxi.
Ryanair 2489, good manoeuvring skills, Oscar. Are you able to accept Lima 1 or do you require the full length for runway 04?
We can take Lima 1. It's Ryanair 2489.
Ryanair 2489, roger. Taxi holding point Lima 1 from runway 04 via Juliet and Lima.
Taxi holding point Lima 1, runway 04 via Juliet and Lima, Ryanair 2489. Good. All right. Now, I don't know that for a fact, chat, but we are quite light, so I'm fairly confident that we shouldn't have any issues there with Lima 1. Obviously, we don't have a calculator.
Stansted ground, this is EG25.
Get the APU off.
8020 requesting.
Right, let's rock and roll. Before taxi checklist, we haven't done. Generators are on. Anti-ice is
under your new call sign.
Engine only.
We'll get going.
Copy.
APU is off. Engine start switch is continuous. Recall is checked. Engine start levers idle. Flight controls are checked. We'll do that in a sec. Ground equipment is clear. Before taxi checklist complete. Let's do a quick one of these guys.
495, could you receive my last?
Yes, electronics 495, yes. I'll be aware of the aircraft behind me, electronics 495.
Look at these Kruger flaps here. Chunky. So the taxi is really as expected. Going on to Juliet and then Lima. Well, it's not actually as expected. We're going straight down Juliet instead of down on Hotel. So following this down till a right turn to Lima. And that's that. It's looking a bit funky, isn't it? That aircraft. I updated FSLTL today. I'm not sure if something's gone wrong there with the install. Okay, before takeoff checklist, flaps are 5 green lights. Stabilizer trim is set to 5.35. Before takeoff checklist complete. It seems flat. Yes, it did look flat. Definitely looked flat to me as well. What was against SOPs, Mariner? What did I do? Was it before taxi checklist? Zach, thank you very much for the subscription. Welcome to the channel. Do I prefer 737 or A320? Don't ask me that question. Probably the A320. But I like them both very dearly.
Genix 495, are you able to accept Lima 1 intersection or do you require the full length from runway 04?
Lima 1 should be fine, Genix 495.
Genix 495, Roger, let me know if not on the way, but taxi holding point Lima 1 from runway 04 via Bravo, Juliet and Lima.
Taxi to holding point Lima 1, runway 04 via Bravo.
Going for Lima 1 without perf checks, yeah. Well, unfortunately, my company has not provided me with a perf calculator. They've just actually forgotten to upload my EFB today onto the aircraft. Definitely not my responsibility.
You read my mind, sir.
So we're just gonna play it by ear. That's what professional pilots do, right?
Bravo, Juliet and Lima.
Follow jet 2 traffic on Bravo.
I think that was just a static. I'm not sure there is a static there in the scenery. Bear in mind, aircraft don't generally show on the ground on VATSIM unless they've, well, yeah. I suppose it depends what map you're looking at, doesn't it? They don't look, they look flat? No, they don't look flat, do they? I can't tell, honestly. I'm tripping out here. Anyway, I need to pay attention. My turning's coming up.
Ryanair 2489er, contact the tower now. 123 Dismay. Have a safe flight.
1238 Ryanair 2489. Have a nice evening. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Here's Lima. Stansted Tower, very good evening. Ryanair 2489. We're on Lima for Lima 1, runway 04.
Ryanair 2489, Stansted Tower, the surface wind 010 degrees at 14 knots, via Lima 1 at runway 04, clear for takeoff.
Via Lima 1, runway 04, cleared for takeoff, Ryanair 2489. That windsock, chats. That looks fairly breezy, doesn't it? I could just knock the trim as well. Okay, chat. So we're going to get on to the runway here. So we'll get the strobe lights on. Clear for takeoff. We'll leave all the lights on as they are. That's good. Before takeoff, checklist is complete. What else have I forgotten? TCAS to TARA. Oh, baby, that was far too quick for that turn. Hence why I've overturned it there. Right then, chat. Fuzz Togas in the chat channel, members. N1 Toga.
Airspeed alive. Okay, knots.
80 knots checked.
Rewanting.
Hello? Wow, it took a lot to lift up there. Gear up. N1. Let's bug up.
Right there, 2489, no further ATC, 1 unit on 122, JustFlight, see ya.
1228, Ryanair 2489. Bye bye. Right, flaps to 1. Flaps up. VNAV speed. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, I think I need to up my sensitivity actually with this aircraft.
Stansted Tower, hello, Channel 495 at Lima 1. Channel 495, Stansted Tower, via Lima 1, line up runway 04. Line up runway 04, Channel 4.
Yeah, I really need to up my sensitivity a bit. It's feeling very difficult to control a pitch actually. Okay, well that's good to know. Command B.
I don't know if you have my call sign, Blue Max 56 Hotel Zulu approaching.
Right, I'm not going to climb initially here, chat. I'm just going to check on
Hello, continue hold at Lima 1.
VATSpy and just see if there's anyone
Continue hold, Blue Max 56.
that could be above me. I can't see anyone on TCAS, but let's just have a quick check. Ah, we look like we're actually pretty good here. So let's go flight level 370 then, chats. Okay. Flight level 370, N1, VNAV speed. Temperature has actually increased there. I wonder if we were sat. I wonder if that was a temperature inversion that was actually sat over the airport there. Okay then. So after takeoff checklist, engine bleeds on. We are pressurizing. Isolation valve is in auto. Packs are auto. Landing gear is up and off. Flaps are up. No lights. After takeoff checklist complete. What's that standard? I'm looking good, chat. That was quite nice. Like I say, I think I do need to change my sensitivity a little bit for the pitch axis on this joystick. Like I said, I've not used this one in the PMDG, I don't think, at all yet. So, yeah, I think I need to adjust that a little bit. But off we go. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Alright, flight level 100. Landing lights off. Taxi lights off. Engine start switches to off. Logo lights can come off as well now. Everything else looks good. Another quick check. Cabin altitude is about 1,000 feet. And climbing. Good. Right. Lovely stuff, chat. That was quite nice. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad at all. Valentino, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Lots of cotton candy, yeah, indeed. It looks like it. In my opinion, the A320 is like a car with automatic transmission, while the 737 has manual. Yeah, that's quite a good analogy, actually. I think you're right there. I would tend to agree with that. Tesla versus Mitsubishi L200, yeah, also kind of pretty good analogy. I like it. I like it. The 737 APU on the bus, etc. baffles me. I love Airbus for the APU since simplicity. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, isn't it? It doesn't have an automatic way to switch, you know, what power is getting routed where and from what source. Which, yeah, it seems quite an archaic thing, actually. Even older, you know, planes that, I mean, not even older planes than, like, I don't know, let's say the A320 have an automatic way of switching the power around these days. Like the A310, for example. But yeah, I suppose it's just one of those things that Boeing have just kept. Patrick says, I mean Fenix or PMDG. Again, it's a very difficult choice, Patrick. Very difficult choice. But I would say Fenix. Just speaking objectively, it is a more complete add-on. But the performance in the PMDG, I do absolutely love when I come to the PMDG. It's just so buttery smooth, man. Buttery. Very buttery, like the bagel I had for my breakfast this morning. Funny how back in FS 2004 airline wise, I only flew the Boeing 737. Now I returned to Flight Sim, Microsoft Flight Simulator. I only fly the A320 and don't remember anything about the 737. Well, I suppose that's just how it goes, isn't it? You have those waves of flying different aircraft. But yeah, I mean, if you don't have the PMDG, I would highly, highly recommend it. It is super, super nice. I mean, ever since I started flying the Zebo in X-Plane, so I mean, I started flying X-Plane 11 after Microsoft Flight Simulator launched, and I just absolutely fell in love with the 737, the Zebo, you know, high fidelity 737. I've never really had that much experience with 737 up to that point, and just absolutely fell in love with it. And I was constantly saying, you know, I can't wait for 737 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and here it is. And it is living up to the expectations that I had set myself. So yeah, very, very, very pleased with it. I think PMDG did an excellent job. You like your video of the Fuzz Air landing? I did, yes, Mariner. Yeah, I think I commented on it, didn't I? Very nice indeed, dude. Very nice. Love to see other people flying the Fuzz Air aircraft. Just films me with so much joy. The commentator, sorry I missed your message, but yeah, I'll catch you later on, dude. Enjoy your evening, whatever you're doing. The Phuket scenery, not fuck it. The Phuket scenery is great as well. Good to know, Chris. I'm going to have a look into these later on. And maybe we can see if we can piece together some Asian flying for next week. Swedish Sim Pilot says, airborne now from Copenhagen to Stansted with the Norwegian 737. Nice to see a PMDG 737 stream again. Yeah, I'm very pleased to be flying it again. It's just an absolute pleasure to fly. Yeah, I really can't wait for the EFB as well. And yeah, really, really enjoy the PMDG, I have to say. Not using the Boeing seat tonight. No. I mean, I think if you caught any of my recent streams, basically I actually moved it out of this room just temporarily because I've got so much work I need to do in front of this computer at the moment. It's just not that practical, and to be honest, I haven't really had the time to move it back yet for the streams. So yeah, not got it today, and I am expecting some more stuff through from Next Level Racing to try out, to review. So again, there was another reason why I've not put it back in here yet. That being said, I think Next Level Racing are what they were going to send me is low on stock, so basically I'm probably going to be waiting a bit longer for that. So I probably will bring the Boeing seat back in as soon as I find time. Boeing, if it's working, don't touch it. Exactly. Don't mess it up. Have PMDG said anything about it not being on Xbox? Well, it's something they're working on. I believe. It is in the marketplace now, so it's obviously a good sign there. I thought it had released on Xbox, but I think, you know, they are working on it. It's not something that they're avoiding. So it should be coming to Xbox at some point in the near future. It just takes a bit of extra time, that's all, doesn't it? Because it's such a complex add-on, and it will be the most complex add-on on Xbox when it releases. So yeah, it just takes a bit of time, I suppose, doesn't it, really? PMDG has always been one of the best for flight simulators. It's many years since FSX. Yeah, I mean, they've always been very well known, haven't they, for you know, producing very, very high quality add-ons. Definitely. Ed's been doing Ryanair ops today as well. Very nice. Did LEMD to Ibiza. Now doing the return trip. Very good. Enjoy, dude. Well, happy landings to you, my friends. What are you going to fly to EBCI or Brussels afterwards? Very good. Enjoy, enjoy. Is that Brussels Charleroi? EBCI? Guys, said I've thought about getting it mainly because of the lack of updates for the Fenix and the heavy hits on the FPS, but I've fallen in love with the simplicity and modernity of Airbus. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yeah, I mean, Airbus is just... It's great for flight simming. I mean, I think it is an aircraft that lends itself... The Airbus philosophy lends itself to flight simming a lot more than any other commercial aircraft, in my opinion, because obviously it just, you know, you're flying a two-person aircraft as one person, and Airbus has a lot of things that it helps you out with that make it easier for a simmer. For example, you know, it's a lot of the busy work is a bit more automated. The auto flight modes are a little bit more automated, and you know, it just takes away a few steps from crucial parts of the flight, where, you know, you can become very task saturated as a flight simmer, especially if you're flying online on VATSIM. So yeah, I think Airbus is really lends itself well to flight simming. So, yeah, and I also really like the fact that, obviously, fly-by-wire, as a right-hander, I fly with the side stick in my right hand, and I use the mouse with my right hand. So, if I ever need to let go of the side stick whilst I'm flying manually with an Airbus, I don't need to worry about it, you know, falling out of trim or whatever. I can change the camera or whatever without it, you know, deviating from the path that I put it on, which is also very nice for if you're right-handed. Obviously, if you're right-handed and you still fly with the side stick in your left hand, well, that's not a problem, is it? But I don't do that. It's just another thing I appreciate about it. If you want to fly short runways, 737-600 is a rocket. It is a rocket, isn't it? The 700's even a rocket as well. Especially the BBJ. Does anyone have Cytec pedals? I do not. Although, that being said, yeah, no, I don't have any experience with those. No. Zach, welcome to the chat. Which other camera are you talking about there? Oh, you use FS2 Cruise Gorgasmic. I see. Yeah. I've not bothered with that, to be honest. And yeah, that would be... I did actually think about getting that for the PMDG because... You know, there are some tasks that can make it a bit difficult to hand fly whilst you're doing the, you know, certain SOPs in the Boeing, in the PMDG. Well, yeah, in just the 737 in general. So I think FS2 Crew would be quite useful for it. I agree. PMDG is a lot of fun when you have good yoke settings. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I need to up my sensitivity with my side stick here. But yeah, it does feel very nice to hand fly, doesn't it? Like a mouse with either hand. Very nicely done there. Unfortunate about the RSI though. Right and mouse while I'm lefty is most natural for me. Good. Yeah. Well, that's really nice. That's really nice. I wish I could do that. Joystick wise, I don't have a particular preference for either hand. Both works fine, I think. I did try a few times with my left hand and it really didn't work that well. Didn't really, yeah, it didn't really work that well, but I think at some point in the future I will eventually, you know, try and train myself to fly well with my left hand, but just so I can use the mouse, you know, whilst I'm hand flying. It's so useful to be able to do that. Right, we're up to flight level 370 now. VNAV path FMC speed. Now, we want to take another step up at Lorku, up to flight level 390. Can we just put 390 in here? Oh, I see how it works. Basically just tells you the optimal step point, doesn't it? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It tells you your savings as well on fuel if you step. That's really cool. Let's see what happens though once we get to Lorku. Let's see if our savings are higher at Lorku than they are now. So it's 4% now. Once we get to Lorku and step, we'll have to see. Leon, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing very good, thank you. Yeah. Is this delivery flight or just a special livery? It's just a special livery, Ed. Just a special one. Lovely, isn't it? Looks great on the 737, I think. My opinion. MPS is right under 2. Yep, I don't blame you. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine, Scoregasmic, after a few flights. It probably is absolutely no problem at all. I think the issue with me is I don't fly enough offline outside of the stream at the moment to get my muscle memory attuned to it. So it'd just be a case of learning how to do it whilst I'm on stream, and that would just probably be incredibly embarrassing. Problem when you are left-handed and mouse right-handed and you buy a graphics tablet. Oh, I see. Okay. Couldn't you just put the tablet on a little stand maybe as well, or something like that? You definitely get used to the stick being on the wrong side. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, loads of pilots. I mean, obviously, when you're training to become a pilot, you always sit in the left-hand seat when you're flying, you know, your PPL flights and things like that, and your twin engine and all the other qualifications that you have to do before you get to being an airline pilot. You sat on the left-hand side, aren't you, in the aircraft? So you would be flying. I mean, although you're not using a side stick in most of those aircraft, you still usually use your left hand on the yoke and your right hand to do the power setting. So yeah. I'm sure it's just no problem at all. It's just, you know, something that I need to get used to, I suppose. Although that being said, you know, for the stream, I do kind of like being sat on the right because, you know, people ask about it, and it's just an interesting, slightly different perspective, isn't it? You know, for flight simming, everybody's used to being sat on the left, whereas being sat on the right is, you know, it's just a bit different, isn't it, I suppose? It'd make for great entertainment. I'm sure it would do. I'm sure it would do for you guys. But you already are Nugget, so why care about a bit of embarrassment? Well, yeah, that's true, isn't it? It'd just be a what a Nugget stream, you know, constantly for a few streams until I get used to it. I have adapted the Boeing seat to take 2 tablets. Oh, very nice, Brian. That sounds like a good solution, actually. What have you done to do that? Have you drilled into it, or have you got some like clamps or something like that? Right, guys, I am just going to take a quick couple of minutes break here, just as we're flying inbound to Lorku. 4 minutes to Lorku, so I'll come back before then, and we'll do our step climb. I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to just grab another drink and nip to loot. I'll be back with you in a few minutes, chat. All right. We're back. It's a nice wing view, that, isn't it? Love to see it. Okay, so we're overhead Lorku now. Let's go flight level 390. Has our savings changed? Oh no, our savings have gone down. Dear, oh dear. It just put 390 in on the scratch pad there. Do you guys see that? Where's all my legs gone as well? Is that really all the legs we've got left on this flight plan? It is. Crikey. Okay, so I guess with that 390 on the scratch pad there, I am supposed to maybe put it in. But anyways, let's continue up. So N1 VNAV speed. And we don't have, I suppose we don't have terribly far to go, do we? So let's have a look then and see what the situation is looking like at Asturias. Still probably saying that wrong. Okay, so I'm assuming we don't have any ATC on over there. It's not a very frequented place for VATSIM users, I don't think. Oh, we have a Madrid control. There's still no ATIS though, but Madrid control are online, so we may have to, we may get some ATC on the arrival, but yeah, still no ATIS. So let's have a quick check then and see what runway they're using in the real world. Real quick. So they're using 2.9er. In the real world. 1,000 to go here. So they're using 2.9er. Winds are 310 at 7 knots, so that does make sense. So let's stick in our arrival. 2.9er. We'll do the ILS Zulu. And Mavos 2 Charlie should do us. With the Lasset transition. And let's just see how that looks, shall we? Bit of a dear me arc to fly for this one. Oh, looks absolutely bob on. Good. So, that's that set. Good. Okay. Let's check the restrictions on the arrival. There's not many. So Mavos, we want to be above flight level 100, which is in there. And that is it. The usual speed restrictions obviously apply, and then we've got for the arrival, the final approach fix at 3.9 miles out, 1,709 feet. This is 5.7, 2,300. That is correct. So that's fine. Good. 3,700 or above there is fine as well. Good. Okay. I think what I'm going to do though is set this to 3,700 without the above on there. So that'll do us. Let's check our descent forecast. So the transition level. We'll just call it 7,000 as we don't have the ATIS, like I say. Anti-ice is not going to be required. The QNH down there is 1023. So we'll stick that in. And we'll bring the winds in, see what winds it actually sticks in there. 250, 150, 6,000. That's good. We'll use those. Ice deviation and -1. That should really be -2, shouldn't it? Actually, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, -1 is correct, so that's good. Alright, fine. Good, good, good. So 210 miles to top of descent. Cracking do. All looks good there. Fantastic. So that's that all set. In terms of auto brake, we'll just go for auto brake 3. And regarding a briefing, we'll do that once we're a little bit further down here. Still got a ways to go before we start our descent. Right. Very cloudy below, isn't it? Not much to see, unfortunately. Would have been nice to get a little sighting of the Isle of Jersey and Guernsey, but looks like we've missed those, haven't we? They're way back here somewhere. That being said, the clouds do look rather nice. Very nice bed of clouds right there. Lovely stuff. Very busy over Brussels, Germany area. West Germany. Okay, let's see. See what messages are coming in here. Score Guidesmate says, it is interesting. You're all the only streamers I know who always sits on the right. Maybe April Fools next year do a stream on the left and pretend like nothing's different. I like that. I like that, Score Cosmic. I'll keep that in mind. But now you guys will know because it's you said it. I like the idea though. Mirror the screen. Yeah, that'd be funny to see if people would realise if it's the wrong way around. Various parts that come with the seat, so I used one of the plates and bolted it to the right-hand plate, and then they say it's the mouse plate, although it's the Boeing version. I use it for the Fenix. Fair enough, dude. Yeah, I mean, I used it primarily for the Fenix, and still do really. But yeah, I suppose you can adapt any of the plates. There's so many different plates, isn't there, that you can use. And if you've not got loads of flight control hardware, you've got loads of spare ones, haven't you, that you can use. So yeah, it's really good like that. Daz was at flight level 390 in the Phoenix coffin corner territory. Yeah, it can be if you're not careful. Certainly. Certainly. Certainly indeed. But yeah, Just got to be careful, don't you? Simon, welcome to the chat. Hope you're well. Good to see you. Welcome. And AC, good evening to you also. Hope you're doing well. Welcome along. I hope we're all doing well today. Hope you're enjoying the stream. If you are, if you're happy that it's Friday, if you're enjoying these clouds, if you're enjoying the stream even, do consider hitting the thumbs up button on the stream. It does really help us out. We've got 40 people in here. We can get at least 8 more likes. We've only got 32 at the moment, so do the business if you haven't already. If you're enjoying the stream, we'd really appreciate that. All right, so we're probably about half of the way there, just under half the way there to Asturias now. Very much looking forward to this. I've not actually. It does look like a nice scenery. It's a Markus Nyberg, of course, so I'm expecting it to be a nice one. But I haven't actually really checked it out too much firsthand, so I'm looking forward to doing a little bit of a tour of the scenery. I think once we get there, it should be in order. Do a bit of a tour and a little mini review like we sometimes do, so that'd be quite cool. Looking forward to that. Indeed. And then in terms of the actual approaches, there is quite a bit of terrain around the airport as well, so it could be quite a nice approach actually. Again, I've never arrived there on in flight sim before, or ever in the real world, so very intrigued to see how the approach looks. We'll be flying in obviously runway 29er, which is coming over the land, as opposed to the opposing runway, which would come in over the sea. So I'm very much very intrigued. There is along the north of Spain, there is quite a few really stunning airports, isn't there? I mean, there's there's Bilbao not too far away as well, along the coast to the east, which is a really nice approach. So yeah, looking forward to this. Has anyone else flown into here, Asturias, on the stream? Not on the stream, in the sim? Let's just check that we pressurized properly after doing that final step climb there. All looks good. We're very much on the edge of the pressure differential limit there, but all good, I think. Oh, seatbelt signs are left on. Sorry, passengers. You can go for a wee now. Dear me. What else can we do to prepare? We can do our landing altitude, can't we? So that is going to be 414. So not much to change there. We can have a look at our landing data as well. Just want to turn up some of the panel brightness here as well. It looks a bit dim. There we go. Okay, so we'll go for and have a look at our approach reference speeds as well. Now, the runway at Asturias, not actually that long. Not too long, actually. So I think probably go for flaps 40. Although the wind is quite calm there. Yeah, the wind is quite calm too. So flaps 40 should be absolutely no issues. Good. Looking forward to this. Oh, actually, whilst I remember, let's see. Let's make sure there's no one around us. Doesn't look like there is. Quick check on VATSIM as well. Yeah, no, it looks like we're good. We've got a few seconds here, so let's just come in here real quick. I just want to change up my sensitivities here, so it's not. So it's a little bit more sensitive. I think probably. I'm really not sure. Let's try minus 25. Hopefully that's okay. Good. What else can we do? We can, of course, spin our heading bug round, which I always forget to do. almost a straight tailwind here, which you absolutely love to see. Absolutely love to see that. Very, very nice indeed. Very good. What else can we do? We can set up our nav radios for the ILS. We can go 111, 1101 even. I do like this length of flight though, chat. It just, especially for the stream. If I was flying on my own, maybe I would probably be walking away from the seat at this point and just doing something else maybe, but well, if there was no A to C online, of course. But for the stream, this is a very nice length of flight because it just gives quite a bit of time and space to get everything nicely done without rushing. If I get distracted by the chat, it's not too much of a big deal, is it? Seifel, welcome to the chat. Does the weather radar work in the PMDG? It does not, no. That would be a negative. The areas like Devon and Cornwall. Ovidio, a very nice city. Good, good. Well, looking forward to seeing it. Devon and Cornwall, of course, very nice places in the UK. Joe, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Welcome indeed. I hope you're doing well. Good thing with PMDG, you can change the panel modern or old style. Also the radios, like for VOR, ILS, different types. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Many, many different configuration options in the PMDG. Yeah, it's very, very cool how much different configuration there is actually available in the PMDG. Must have taken them a hell of a lot of extra time to model all the extra little bits. So cool. But I suppose that's the that's the thing with creating such an old airframe that has got so many different configurations. You know, you've got it's going to be so difficult to match all the different airlines and things if you just go for one configuration. So yeah, I suppose it's a bit of a crowd pleaser really to do all that. Ground speed 481 knots. Love to see it. Very, very nice. Got to find a way to distract him. Well, I mean, the best time to do that is when I'm on the approach. But fortunately, I'm so far ahead here. I've got my approach done. My approach speeds, which is something I always forget in this aircraft. Approach speeds, I've got my ILS is tuned, the course is tuned, I've got the pressurization set, got my auto brake selected. Everything is ready to rock and roll, honestly, unless there's a last minute change by ATC. They still haven't put an ATIS there though, so I'm skeptical that they will. We've actually got a Jet 2 behind us. Oh, it's Jonathan. Very good. Following along. And Mr. Chanix 495 also going same location. Love to see it. Very nice. Very nice. Are there newbie VATSIM events? There are, yeah. There are, indeed, yeah. And I would highly recommend giving them a try if you have not. There are. They're usually called First Wings events, and they are fairly often, actually. Let's have a look. Shall we see when the next one is? Right. Are they called first wings? They are. I'm pretty sure they are, aren't they? There was actually one last weekend on the Saturday. There's one next Saturday. That's in First Wings Europe. Brussels to Barcelona. 1600 to 2000 Zulu. That may or may not load up for you, depending on whether you've got a VATSIM account or not. There we go. That's the one you want to go on. Sorry, that's a bad link. Let me do that again. Wait, hang on a minute. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think if you go to that link, it should just go straight to the First Wings booking page. So you can actually book in a slot, which is actually quite cool as well, because then you know you've got everything. You've got some of the flight details already set in stone that you can sort of practice before the actual thing takes place, which is quite cool. But yeah, it looks like those First Wings events quite every 2 weeks, I think. Or at least they're every 2 weeks for the month of May, but yeah, I do see them fairly often pop up on the events page. Jan, welcome to the chat. Just wondering why you always sit in the FOC. We're literally just discussing this a few minutes ago. Basically just because of my setup on my desk here. If I just do a bit of that and I lean back a bit, you can sort of see that my throttle quadrant and my side stick, it just matches being sat in the right hand seat. Basically, that's all it is, really. Hopefully that answers your question. Matt, welcome to the chat. Matt, welcome to the chat. I've never noticed that rhymes before. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. It's going very nicely, yeah? Thank you. Hope you're doing well also. Roy's heading off. No worries, dude. Heading off for a group flight to EVAA. Have a nice flight. Thank you very much. Until Sunday. Enjoy. See ya. Where is EVAA? Somewhere in Norway. No, actually that's not Norway, is it? EV. That is somewhere Central Eastern Europe, something like that. I don't know. Someone will be able to tell me. Matt's finally finished the test. I only got the final one. Very good, Matt. Very good. Well, congratulations on getting down to the last one. Oh, it's Finland. Vasa. Got it. Got it. Francesco, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Take it easy, Roy. Enjoy the flights. Enjoy. Lovely stuff. Right. So we've got about 100 miles or so to go to our top of descent. 74 miles even. My guesstimation was quite off there, wasn't it? So just flying over the Bay of Biscay at the moment. It's basically pointing straight towards Spain, which is somewhere down here on the horizon. Got France off to our left, which we can't really see either. Live weather, live time today, chats. Very nice indeed. Love these late, love the summer months for flight simming. Get that daytime lightness, the whole flight. Absolutely love it. Guys, so I've got an idea. Some of you have have already spoken. I know Liana and Daz, we've spoke about this in the Discord. So I'm sort of in a conversation with the guys who are making the mini FCU. Some of you guys may have seen it. So how would you guys feel about doing like a Q&A with the company that's making that product at some point before it releases, before it launches on Kickstarter at least? How do you guys feel about that? I know they've already done a bit of a Q&A on their Facebook page and things like that, but would there be any benefit to yourselves and myself? Well, I'm trying to think of it from a consumer perspective. You know, someone who's thinking about investing in their Kickstarter. Would it be useful to jump on to, you know, get them on Discord or whatever and live stream, you know, a bit of a Q&A? Would there be enough questions to ask them? Obviously, I would try and put together a bit of my own stuff as well, but would it be useful? That is the question. Jan says, I think I might do some ATR Loganair ops. Very nice. Enjoy. I'm really hoping someone makes an Aberdeen for Microsoft Flight Simulator for some Loganair ATR ops. But, yeah, enjoy, my friend. Enjoy. Matt says, it's kind of strange you have a lot of tests when you think you've finished. There's always another one. Yeah, it sounds like one of those. Yeah. It sounds like a lot of examinations in aviation as far as I'm aware. So many tests. Francesco says, am I doing the turnaround as well? I will not be doing the turnaround today, unfortunately. Liana says, sure, but for myself, I don't really care, given them doing the DR. Yeah, exactly, Liana, yeah. That's fair enough. On a live stream, yeah. Yeah, I mean, what kind of questions would you have for them? Given I've already made an Airbus external lighting panel and a tiller, I know how much work will be in it for me. Yeah, I imagine it's quite a project. I don't know where I would start with that kind of stuff, to be honest. So yeah, it should be very, very, very interesting for you. Very, very satisfying and very fulfilling, I imagine. Also, I look forward to seeing what you get together. Jan says, "What's SCU?" It's FCU, Foxtrot Charlie Uniform. FCU, mini FCU. So the FCU in an Airbus is basically the mode control panel in a Boeing. It's what you use in an Airbus to manipulate the autoflight system, the FMGC. So yeah, there's a company basically making a little mini version of it, which looks very, very interesting. And they're going to be doing a Kickstarter, and it's going to be very, very cheap for the first day. So yeah, just interested to see whether anyone would find it useful to, you know, have a kind of live, open dialogue with the developers. It's just an idea I had. Might not happen, but putting the feelers out. You'd start gawking at the Warthog project. What have you done with the Warthog? I have seen V1 Simulations have put one of their. They've got a custom side stick from a cockpit makers, and they've put that on the Warthog base, which sounds very nice. Anything similar by any chance? Penguin, welcome to the chat. How do you figure out when to descend? Well, in a lot of modern aircraft or a lot of these high fidelity add-ons, fortunately you have this little top of descent marker which essentially tells you when you need to descend, but you can back that up with a manual calculation. So for example, we are descending down into Asturias, Spain, which is basically at sea level. It's a bit higher, but not enough to affect our calculation. So let's just say we want to descend down from flight level 390 to sea level, so that we need to lose 39,000 feet essentially. So the calculation you need to do, and whilst we're just talking about this, I'm just going to set my altitude selector down a bit lower, because we will hit that top of descent momentarily. So yeah, if you want to work that out, let's just bring up let's just bring it up here. So can I put space? Can I press enter in this? No, I can't. Okay, let's not do that then. Right. So I'll just do it like this then. So if we want to descend from... God damn it, I keep pressing the wrong button. So if we want to descend from flight level 390... So I want to descend from flight level 390. So we want to descend 39,000 feet. So we'll go... That's 39,000. We'll take the thousands out of it. So we've got 309... Sorry, we'll take the thousands out of it. So we've got 39. We want to then times that by 3. Which is going to equal... testing my maths here. Which is going to equal 117. So 39 times 3 equals 117. And then you usually want to add 1 mile for each 10 knots of speed you want to lose. So usually it's around, you want to usually go from round about somewhere around 250-ish knots to, you know, around about 150, 140 knots. So usually a good rule of thumb is to add 10 to that. So that equals 127. So general rule of thumb, 127 nautical miles to descend away from the airport. 127 track miles. Now, if you've got a tailwind like we do have now, we've got 36 knots tailwind. You want to add 3... so you want to add 1 nautical mile for each 10 knots of tailwind. So we'll round it up to 40 tailwind because it's 36. So we'll add 4 onto that. So that's going to equal 131 nautical miles to descend. So hopefully that answers it. It's fairly basic maths, actually. It's not too bad at all. And then we can actually go to the fix info page here. Or the fix page. We'll put the runway in there. Then we'll go to fix. And if we put in 131 nautical miles there. Let's just do... Put a 131 mile ring. You should be able to see that more or less... That's 131 miles from the runway. That more or less... coincides with the top of descent where we've just started descending now. It is a bit closer because the actual flight plan is going to take us longer. It's more mileage on the flight plan than in a straight line. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense for you. And then, sorry, I forgot to mention as well, if you've got a headwind, you would deduct 1 mile for each 10 knots of headwind. So it's the opposite if you... But as you can see, the actual track mileage we're going to fly is a bit longer. So the planes start descending a bit earlier. Right, good. So speaking of fix page, we'll actually do that again. No, we don't need to. can just do this, can't we? So we'll go 109. We'll put in a 4-mile ring just to make sure that we're stabilized by 1,000 feet. As a reminder. Off we go, chat. Right, descent checklist. Pressurization, landing altitude is set to 450. Recall is checked. Auto brake 3. Landing data is flaps 40, 131 knots. And the minimums we haven't set there. We'll go 604 for the minima. .604, and the approach briefing we'll do as well in a moment. We haven't done that yet, have we? Right, and I think we'll need to speak to Madrid Control as well. Let's just have a look. Send him a quick message. Right, so whilst we wait for him to get back to us, let's do a briefing for the arrival. They have messages back. They do. Okay, great. So 132.975. Let's have a word with them now.
Shanix, 71 Charlie Bravo with you at level 360 Mach 0.76, approaching Tyneck in 105 miles.
Shanix, 71 Charlie Bravo, Madrid, good evening. Please squawk 4402.
Got 4402, Shanix, 71 Charlie Bravo.
Madrid, very good evening. Ryanair 2489, passing flight level 309, descending flight level 240, inbound Balda.
Ryanair 2489, buenas tardes, identified, descend flight level 100.
Descend flight level 100, and do you know which arrival it's going to be for Asturias?
Ryanair 2489, expect runway 29er via Mavox 2 Charlie.
29er via Mavox Mavos to Charlie for Ryanair 2489. Thank you. Right, so cleared down to flight level 100, and the runway and arrival is as expected.
Left there, top 2, we were at 329.
Three nautical mile for every 10 knots of tailwind. Yeah, I mean, I suppose there's different ways of doing it, isn't there? I've not heard that one before, personally, but that's the way I've always done it. Right, briefing time. So, we are cleared for the Mavos to Charlie, as the controller just mentioned. We're coming into Asturias, Spain. The 10-2 Alpha chart is what we're looking at. The transition level, we can ask him in a moment, but I've set it to flight level 70. So we're cleared down to flight level 100 initially, which and we are going to be flying the Mavos to Charlie. So we'll come in at Mavos. Minimum flight level there is 100. We'll continue from there towards 18 miles from the Victor Echo Sierra, the Asturias VOR. And then we're going to take a right turn here, and then we're going to fly a 16 DME arc on the Asturias VOR. So we're going to follow that around initially to Lasset. And then from Lasset, we're actually going to transition on to the approach ILS Zulu runway 29er. So this is the 11-1 charts, localizer identifier Alpha Victor Sierra and the frequency 110.1, which we've already got tuned, and we've got the final approach course 289 degrees already in on the course box as well. Final approach fix is 1,709 feet, 3.9 miles from the localizer. And then the airport elevation slightly higher than the runway itself, 399 feet on the runway, 414 for the airport. As I did mention, we do have quite high MSA, so we've got some terrain in the area, so as a result we've got quite high MSA in the south sector of the airport, so just down here, based on the Asturias VOR, the different one this time though, Victor Echo Sierra. No, it's the same one. So, like I said, we're going to come in at Lasset, still following the 14 DME arc, down towards 12.7 miles from the ILS DME. And then we're going to turn in onto the localizer at that point and continue on. Platform altitude 2,300 feet here, and we're expecting to come in off the turn at 3,700 feet. Once we come in at 3,700 and start the descent, we'll configure to flaps 1, 200 knots. And then start configuring as we get towards capturing the glide slope. Glide slope is standard 3 degrees. Threshold crossing height is 54 feet. We've got PAPIs on both sides of the runway here. Minima is 604 feet. And if we need to go around, it's initially climbing straight ahead on the 289 radial to 850 feet, and then turn right. Max 185 knots on track 094 to intercept and follow the 029 direct to 21 miles from the Asturias VOR, climbing to 5,000 feet and join holding. So it's 5,000 for the go-around altitude. And then once we arrive, it's runway 29er. We're using autobrake 3, so we're probably not going to vacate Charlie here. So we'll probably roll out to Delta and then take a left turn up to the stand. And stand, I'm not sure which one we'll take. We'll probably just take any, really, because it's such a small airport. I don't think there'll be a specific stand used for this flight. As you can see, we need to turn into the stand and then turn back out to face outwards. So the taxiing's fairly straightforward. There's only one taxiway we can use, down Tango and then Alpha. So that's that. Hotspot obviously at Alpha there, and then that is about it. The weather at Asturias, very nice really. Wind from the northwest at 5 knots. Varying between 250 and 050. Visibility is fine, and then scatter clouds at 2,300 feet with 15 degrees temperature, QNH 1023. So yeah, that is the briefing. Let's just put 1023 here as a standby. That's fine. Good. Oh no, I did not mean to do that. I didn't realise that one actually synced up with the rest of them.
If possible, play level 390.
3269, fly level 380.
023.
It's okay, climb for level 380, video 3269. Iberia 3476, request.
Iberia 3476, go ahead.
Let's increase our speed a little bit here.
For about 3 to 5 minutes.
3476, approve it. Please report when back.
Vehicle 3476.
Good. Transition flight level is always 6,000 in Spain. Oh, is it? So it's always the same as the transition altitude. Interesting.
Sonic 71 Charlie Bravo requesting to step away for 5 minutes.
Let's have a look what the transition level is at Bilbao. Transition level 70 at Bilbao.
71 Charlie Bravo will stand by.
I think you might be getting confused there with the transition altitude and the transition level. Potentially. It's very rare for the transition level to be exactly the same as the transition altitude. Shall we ask him? Madrid, Ryanair 2489er. Just wondering what would be the transition level at Asturias.
Transition level is flight level 70.
Copied flight level 70, Ryanair 2489er. So it's flight level 70 at Asturias as well. So yeah, we made a good guess there, I think.
Very testing on the block. Thank you for service, Sodra.
Federico, welcome to the chat. Colours are gorgeous. Do I use some filters? I do. I am using an NVIDIA filter, yeah. Yeah, you can look at the settings by going !NVIDIA in the chats.
Iberia 34 Zulu Golf, ahora le copio.
I was actually working on a video to explain how to use NVIDIA filters properly, but yeah, too much work on to finish it at the moment.
Llegada terza 3 Zulu, pista 32 izquierda y notifique.
Got you, Julio. So it's flight level 70 regardless of the pressure reading that day. Every single day. I mean, I suppose it makes sense to standardize it, doesn't it?
Channel 71 Charlie Bravo, Madrid.
They have it standardized in the US, don't they?
Charlie Bravo, hello.
Channel 71 Charlie Bravo, proceed direct to waypoint Alagu, Alpha Lima, Alpha Golf Uniform.
Proceed direct Alpha Lima, Alpha Golf Uniform, Channel 71 Charlie Bravo.
Channel 71 Charlie
What the
Bravo.
flight level or altitude is, it doesn't really matter in reality, does it? Important thing is to switch between standard and QNH when cleared from one to the other.
Good day.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's still...
At Faro and such a Lisbon, sorry, could you
I mean, if it didn't matter, then there wouldn't be any specified time to switch to one or the other, would there? So I suppose it matters in that respect.
Iberia 441, descenso nivel 100.
Obviously, all pilots need to be on the same page regarding it, don't they? Otherwise, it would just be... people would just be switching to standard and local altimeter just whenever they wanted, and the airplanes would be all different, reading all different altitudes on their altimeters.
Inbound Melon.
So there needs to be some constant, doesn't there?
Atlantic 239 identified flight level 400. Break. Condor 4852 identified flight level 380.
Right.
I'm already.
So as we get through here, chat.
Yes, I know. Iberia 3269er leaving airspace.
Are we going to get a shortcut? I don't think there's really a shortcut that we can be given here. If he was going to give us a shortcut, I think he probably would have given us already. So I don't think we need to worry too much about descending below the profile initially, at least. Here we go, chats. I always forget to put the FPS up for you guys.
Llega Terza 3 Zulu y bajamos para nivel de vuelo 210.
Madera Tránsito Vizqueco, manteniendo 6000 para avanzar 2. Eurotránsito Vizqueco.
Elias has tried the filter from the Discord. Very nice. Glad you're enjoying it. Glad you're enjoying it.
Mighty Control, Sky 455, Fleet 380 inbound Milan.
So Sky 455, Madrid.
So you're flying at flight level 100, now you're cleared to 6,000, you start descending, and then you switch during the descent. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But say if there's another aircraft in the vicinity, and they're flying at flight level 100, and they only get cleared to flight level 80. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's for the controllers really to know what altimeter each aircraft is going to be reading by.
Iberia 34 Zulu Golf, si no ha actualizado el IRAC, sería llegada a Addon, efectivamente.
You also have to remember that in some cases, if you're given a really big clearance, like say if you're a lot higher than the transition level, but you get cleared below it, you're not going to necessarily change to local altimeter if you're at say flight level 200, but you're cleared below the transition level. At least in Europe, probably not going to switch to local altimeter until you get quite close to that altitude, because that wouldn't make that much sense.
3126 approved, flight level 320.
There's probably some other reason that I can't think of, but I mean, obviously it's there for a reason, isn't it? For a bit of cohesiveness. If you're descending and climbing, it's obviously a little bit different, but if you're flying, you know, if you're flying level, if you have to do a step climb or whatever, obviously it becomes very important then, doesn't it? Say if you're departing Heathrow, where some of the SIDs stop at 4,000 feet below the transition level, below the transition altitude even, you know, I can imagine it's even more critical there.
Ryanair 2489, flight level 70.
Sorry.
2489, descent flight level 70.
Descent flight level 70, Ryanair 2489. Sorry, I missed you. Right. Descending flight level 70. We'll be cleared to 8,000 if the flight level altitude is only at 6,000. Yeah, Liana, that is correct. Yeah, that is correct. But I don't think it would be, say if you were cleared from flight level 300 down to an altitude 6,000 feet, for example, you probably wouldn't switch to local altimeter immediately, would you? I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, maybe you would, but... Right, let's get the lighting on anyway, and the seatbelt signs can come on as well. Look at that light sweeping across there. Beautiful. Engine start switches go to continuous. Everything else is looking good.
Iberia 441, descenso nivel 70.
Challenger 495 at flight level 280.
During a climb or descent, specific altitude you're at isn't critical. Some climb faster, etc.
Challenger 495.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true, yeah.
Charlie arrival for ILS runway 29er.
Descent flight level 100, and could you repeat the arrival?
I mean, I think it's quite difficult to comprehend how important it is from a pilot's perspective. I think it's obviously, you know, mainly for ATC to know, right? Yeah, there's probably some things that I'm unaware of. But I can imagine it's important. Say, like, for example, I'm cleared now down to flight level 70, which is right on the transition level. But say maybe there was another aircraft below me climbing and level at 6,000 feet potentially, and we needed to pass by each other before we could get another clearance, then obviously it's super important for both pilots to be fully aware of what the transition altitude, transition level is.
Volamos directo a Asti.
Right, 1,000 to go. Let's bring that vertical speed back a bit. Right, here we go, chats. I'm going to try and not get lost in this conversation. You'd probably be better off Googling it, to be honest.
Ryanair 2489er, descent altitude 5,000 feet. Clear for ILS Zulu runway 29er, QNH 1023.
Descend 5,000 feet, cleared ILS approach, runway 29er, ILS Zulu correction, and QNH 1023, Ryanair 2489er. Good. Okie dokie then. So let's continue on down in level change. We'll go to 240 knots.
Ryanair 5731, buenas tardes, identify flight level 310. Ryanair 34 Echo, contact Lisbon Control.
The distraction is working, yeah.
Good day.
The distraction is working. LEAS custom views are a perk for our platinum channel members in the members area on the Discord. So we're cleared for the approach, chats. No sense in arming the approach just yet. We don't have the... Oh, we do have the localizer identified, actually.
Iberia 441, no le recibo, solamente escucho la portadora. Descenso para 6000 con altímetro 1020, autorizado ILS Zulu, pista 30.
Sam Vorlock. So we are cleared for the approach, so we can continue descending through 5,000. We'll set 3,700.
Topside 029er, we are back.
We are actually a bit high on the profile here, actually. So...
Sky 029er, thank you.
Hello, this is Iberia 3238 with
we're still getting high.
With information Oscar requesting IFR clearance to Rome.
Iberia 3238, buenas tardes, information.
I think we should be okay though. I'm not going to rush to get down here.
Via Pinar 3 November, departure correction, Pinar.
We will come to, let's come to 220 knots though.
Whiskey departure out from runway 36 right. Initial altitude 13,000 feet, squawk 4430.
Clear to Rome on the PNR 7 Whiskey departure, taking off runway 36 right. Initial climb 13,000 feet and squawk 4430, Iberia 3238.
Iberia 3238, read back correct.
Beautiful. There's a glide slope. We're actually looking nice on the profile here, actually a bit low. So that is perfect. Good, good, good.
Channel 495, the copy maintain flight level 100.
Oh no, did not mean to do that. Vorlock.
Heading 205, channel 4. Zulu, Golf, llegando a nivel de vuelo 140.
We'll go vertical speeds. We'll reduce our vertical speed a bit.
Altímetro 1016.
1016 y continuamos para 8.
Ready for descent, Ryanair.
Right.
Airline 84 Hotel, descent flight level 100.
Descent flight level 100, Ryanair 84 Hotel.
Iberia 3476 leaving airspace, monitor Unicorn, goodbye.
Let's go approach, as we'll more or less intercept the glide slope here. Flaps 1, speed is checked.
3476 affirm, leaving airspace, monitor Unicorn, goodbye.
Unicorn, Master 2, thanks for your great ATC and adios.
Let's record a replay. Glide slope capture.
Condor 5 Alpha Delta, contact Lisbon.
And we'll go to flaps 2. Speed is checked. Don't have any DME reading yet, though, strangely enough.
Ryanair 42 Vuelta, buenas
We'll go flaps 5.
Asturias, pido autorización IFR a Dublín.
Really struggling to slow down here. We might need to use some speed brake. Drop the gear.
Salida Mavos 2 Foxtrot pista 29. Ascenso inicial 6010. Responda en 4416.
There we go. Speed's coming back a bit better now. Coming into the final approach fix, which gives us 5.7 miles. So we're still a bit quick here. Let's go to flaps 10.
Descent level 300, direct to Delta Golf Oscar.
Level 300, direct to Delta Golf Oscar.
And flaps 15, just really trying to get as much drag out as possible here to slow us down without having to use the speed brake.
353, non-2, 3 Charlie arrival for ILS runway 32 left. Descent level 210.
And flaps 25.
Not to 3 Charlie, 32 left, flight level 320 is going 353.
VREF is going to be 135, so we'll set that. Speed's coming back nicely now.
Iberia 34 Zulu Golf, posterior Addon, autorizado ILS Zulu, pista 3 izquierda.
We're visual, so we don't necessarily need to be stabilized until about 500 feet above aerodrome level. We'll go to flaps 30 anyway.
Iberia 441, viento en superficie 340, 4 nudos, pista 30, autorizado aterrizar.
And flaps full. There we go. Did it. Right. Landing checklist, approach checklist we completed. Engine status is continuous, speed brake. Landing gear down, flaps are 40 green lights. Landing check is complete.
Alitalia 2407, leaving airspace, monitor Unicorn, goodbye.
Madrid radar, hello, Ryanair 6750 with you, flight level 360.
Ryanair 6750, Madrid, buenas tardes, identify, flight level 360.
Ryanair 2489 runway 29 short final.
Ryanair 2489er, surface wind 340 degrees, less than 5 knots, runway 29er, clear to land.
Clear to land 29er Ryanair for 2489. Right, let's do this thing, chat. Why did we just get a pull up? Oh my days, what has just happened?
Alitalia 2407, now leaving airspace, monitor Unicorn, goodbye.
Oh, we're gonna have to go around here, chat. What the hell just happened?
Control good, you think EC71 Hotel Victor flight level 39.
Right, flaps 215.
EC71 Hotel Victor, buenas tardes, identify, flight level 390.
Let's get that back in. Ryanair 2489 are going around.
Ryanair 2489 going around, climb altitude 5,000 feet, maintain runway heading.
Climb 5,000, maintain runway heading, Ryanair 2489.
Ryanair 42 Zulu Delta, puesta en marcha autorizada. Notifique listo para taxi.
Right, we'll go to flaps 1.
Puesta en marcha autorizada, notificamos listos para rodaje.
Gear! Always forget the gear in a Boeing go around, I swear down. And flaps up. Command B. Gear off. Right.
Iberia 441, pues autorizado, cambia de frecuencia y cerrado plan de vuelo 1846. Siento el problema con la voz. Un saludo, hasta otra.
We'll just set it up like that for now. We'll do the same speed again. Right, after takeoff, we'll do engine bleeds are on, packs out.
2489 right heading 055.
Right heading 055 round 2489. Okay. I'm not sure what happened there, chat. When as soon as I disconnected the autopilot there, it just suddenly, everything, I was just immediately high. It was probably something I did, I don't know. I really need to bind something to the flight directors in this aircraft so that I can toggle them on and off. So I can cycle them and use ARM mode on approach.
Channel 495, descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1023.
Descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1023, Channel 495.
I want to split the replay record. What do you mean by that one, Photogram X?
Ryanair
Good evening, RFE 2005, passing the flexible 340, force flexible 360 on bound Papa Romeo Alpha Delta Oscar.
Locked.
Last station calling, Siarin.
Iraqi 2005, passing flexible 340, force flexible 360.
I really need to work on my Boeing go-arounds, chat. I think the ideal scenario, chat, is when you're on final there. Recycle the flight directors, and then the autothrust stays armed. Let me just try something real quick. If I press...
Ryanair 2489, right heading 090.
Right, 090, ran 2489. If I press these guys... Oh, it does actually flip the switch off. Okay, that's fine.
Ryanair 42 Zulu Delta, altimetro 1023, ruede punto.
Yeah, so if you recycle the flight directors, you get ARM mode for the speed, so you can actually use the thrust levers manually, but the autothrust switch actually stays engaged. And because I'm using a different controller today, I don't have that bound. Let me see if I can set that up real quick, though.
Channel 495, descend 4,000 feet.
Descend 4,000 feet, Channel 495.
Scars. Channel 495, turn right, heading 270, clear ILS, runway 290, report established.
Say again for heading.
Right heading 270.
Right heading 270, cleared for ILS. Runway 29, Channel 495.
Madrid Sky 353 for further descent.
Skyway 353, descent plane level 210.
Flight level 210, Skyway 353.
Ryanair 5731 Madrid, expect Domingo 1 Quebec arrival for ILS runway 3.
Should be really quick to set up on spad.next.
ILS runway 30, Ryanair percent 1.
MCP,
Madrid Control, muy buenas tardes.
flight director.
Iberia 9000, buenas tardes, le copio 5.
Estamos en el stand 368 de Madrid con información Papa a bordo, plan de vuelo enviado hacia Amsterdam y estaríamos listos a copiar. Iberia 9000.
Iberia 9000, información Papa es correcta, autorizado plan de vuelo a Amsterdam según ruta plan, salida Somosierra 6 Lima, pista 36 izquierda, ascenso inicial 13.000 pies. Responda 4411.
There we go. Good. So if I press this button now, it should cycle the flight directors off. There we go, and then on. Beautiful.
Iberia 9000, la lectura es correcta. Buenas tardes, Antonio.
Good, good. So we're probably getting taken around a bit wider here to allow Jonathan to go in first.
Iberia 441, repita por favor.
See if we can we see him on the TCAS? Yeah, he's on the ILS now. Happy landings, my friends. Nico says, how do I have such good details on the ground scenery? This is just a default scenery. I'm using We Love VFR Europe, which adds sort of these smoke towers, but that's about it really.
Iberia 34 Zulu, Golf establecido en el localizador de la pista 32 izquierda.
Iberia 34 Zulu Golf, pista 32 izquierda, viento 01.
I think the autopilot is a bit high naturally, yeah. I mean, potentially, I mean, I think, you know, there has been a lot of discussion around some of the ILSs not being perfectly lined where they should be on some airports. Maybe this is one, I'm not sure. Stop the replay and start to record a new replay. I don't think there's any need to necessarily. I could do. Doesn't change too much though. Darren, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Enjoying back in the PMDG. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, very much so. It's really annoying if you don't have a binding to disengage the autopilot easily. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I have that, but it's just the flight directors that I didn't have. Because I've just not reset that up on this controller yet. I turn autopilot and auto throttle arm off.
Skyway 353, flight level 140.
Flight level 140.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends, doesn't it? I used to turn auto throttle completely off, but I've since discovered that you can just cycle the flight directors and your auto throttle will disengage. You'll get arm mode here. So you can use the throttles yourself, which is perfect, but at the same time, it leaves this engaged, so if you do need to do a go around, then you don't have to worry about flicking that on, which is just nice. You know, it just saves a little step on the go around. Quite nice. Maybe a bit of a simism. Obviously, it depends on company procedure, but a nice thing nevertheless.
Ryanair 2489, right heading 180.
Right heading 180 to Ryanair 2489. That's the pilot. If it's still Boeing House livery, I'll tell you what he says. Yeah, look forward to hearing back, Elliot. Thank you, dude.
Chanex 495, confirm fully established.
Fully established on the localizer, Chanex 495.
Chanex 495, surface wind, calm, runway 29, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 29, Chanex 495.
Righto.
Ryanair 42 Zulu Delta.
Hopefully we get a turn soon. We're approaching the localizer.
Subimos a nivel final, Ryanair 42 Zulu Delta.
Solicitamos retroceso y puesta en marcha Iberia 9000.
Iberia 9000, puesta en marcha y retroceso autorizado encarando norte.
Puesta en marcha de retroceso autorizado encarando norte, Iberia 9000.
Ready for descent.
Ryanair 5731, clear descent, flight level 100.
Flight level 100, Ryanair 5731.
Iberia 3238, stand 430, request pushing start.
Iberia 3238, startup approved. You don't need pushback.
Roger, start approved. Iberia 3238.
Ryanair 2489 approaching the localizer.
Ryanair 2489er, approved localizer runway 29er, reverse tablet.
Cleared localizer 29er, report established, Ryanair 2489er. Okay, that was an interesting clearance, but let's just do it, chat. So we'll go Vorlock.
Lufthansa 1 Foster Charlie, continue on flight level 350, good evening.
Top Sky 87, leaving Aerospace, monitor Unicorn, goodbye.
Right, let's go flaps 1. Speed is checked. We'll get it's configured a little bit earlier this time, chat, just so it gives me a bit more time to breathe.
Iberia 34 Zulu Golf, pista 32 izquierda evacuada, estamos en, me parece que esto es Lima 3.
Iberia 34 Zulu Golf, afirma es Lima 3. Pues,
go to flaps 2, speed is checked.
25, Mike al norte, Juliet y Delta, al stand 346.
Disculpa, no,
and flaps 5.
Un poco más despacio para poderlo contar.
Por supuesto, ahora a la izquierda en Alfa 12.
Vorlock, glide slope.
Mike al norte hasta Mike 13, Juliet y Delta. Están 346.
Good.
Están 346 y rodamos vía, bueno, hacia la izquierda en hotel, sí. Voy, ya voy.
Okay. Speed is checked, flaps 10. Gear down. Oof, those reflections though. Come on now. That's 15.
Airport 1283, I'm sorry, you are flying out from airspace. Please continue, Unicorn.
Definitely a lot earlier configuring here. We'll stick at 160 knots for now. We can go to flaps 25.
Condor 4852, leaving airspace, monitor Unicorn, goodbye. Condor 4852.
Interesting that there's no DME here. The ILS does have a DME here, so I'm fairly certain we should be getting a figure there, but doesn't seem to want to show up for us. Ryanair 2489er, established ILS 29er.
Ryanair 2489er, surface wind calm, runway 29er, clear to land.
29er cleared to land, Ryanair 2489er. Pretty nice approach though, this chat though, isn't it? I don't really mind having to fly this one again. Lovely stuff. Okie dokes. 3,000 feet. Airport elevation is about 400 feet.
Altitude 6,000 feet,
Altitude 6,000 feet, 1016, Skyway T53.
So we should get radio altimeter live in about 100 feet.
Iberia 9000, continúa al norte, derecha en Romeo, punto de espera Zulu 436 izquierda.
Pues continuamos a punto de espera Zulu 4 de la 36 izquierda.
There it is.
Por el norte y a la derecha por Romeo. Iberia 9000.
Right, we'll bug the app.
Cierra servicio por hoy, continúen en Unicorn 2280, buen vuelo y hasta la próxima. Break, traffic in frequency, Madrid radar is closing. Continue monitoring Unicorn, enjoy your flight, goodbye.
Ya hasta la vuelta.
Cool, flaps 30. And flaps full. Landing checklist. Engine starts are just continuous. Speed brake is armed. Landing gear is down. Flaps are 40. Green lights. Landing checklist complete. Right, chats. Let's do this thing. So, disconnecting. Leave the flight directors in for now. A little bit bumpy coming over the hills here.
$1,000.
1,000 feet is checked. We are stabilized. Doing 130 knots ground speed, 700 feet per minute is good for 3 degrees. Recycle the flight directors now. Oh, it's not giving me the arm mode. Okay. God damn it. Auto throttle disconnected. It's looking much better though, isn't it, chat?
500. 400. Terrain.
Oh, it did that last time as well, didn't it?
Minimums.
Oh, look at those landing lights though. Continue.
200. Terrain. 50. 30. 20. 10.
All right, speed brakes. Reverses green. Oh, that felt nice. Manual brakes. Reverses stowed. Look at these runway textures. They are beautiful. I was slightly right at the center line there, chat, wasn't I? But that was mostly good. Mostly good. Right then. Oh. Okie dokes. We'll get the landing lights off and the strobe lights can come off as well. Get the flaps up. Spoilers disarmed. Ground textures here, absolutely stunning. Lovely stuff, Leon, indeed. Yeah, big fan. That felt like a really nice landing. I'm looking forward to seeing what the VS was there, actually. Feel free to put your landing rate predictions in the chat, guys. Right, so we'll get the APU fired up. Lights are set. Engine start switches can go to off now. Propeats can come off. I think that should do it. Good. Transponder is off. Weather radar we don't have. Right, lovely stuff, chats. Welcome to Asturias, second time lucky. that APU spooling up there. Satellite imagery not that great here though. Looking forward to having a look around this airport. It looks very promising. This is the Markus Nyberg / Orbx scenery for Asturias in Spain. That looks like a static there, Volanta. Asturias traffic, Ryanair 2489er. Which stand are you taxiing to, Mr. Jet 2? Mr. Jet 2. For lack of a better call sign.
Hello, stand 2 looks fine for me, Channel 495.
Okay. Cool, we'll go stand 3 then. Ryanair 2489. I think I got it. I think I got a GSX profile for this airport. I'm fairly certain I did. Right, we'll get the lights off as we're turning in to the stands here. Nice custom jetways here. This will be stand 3, straight in front. Oh, interesting. Oh, I see. You turn in at an angle. Oh, very interesting. Those jetways are scarily close though to the centre line there. Feel like we're a little bit wonky here. Yeah, we're going to be a bit wonky, but don't really have that much space to rectify it, unfortunately. Okay. Parking brake sets. APU on the bus. Engine shut down. Anti-collision light come off. I always forget which fuel pump it is for the APU. Seatbelt signs can come off. Good. Transponder as well. Good. Right. So. Huh? There we go. Nice flashing light on the jetway as well. There's some good looking jetways. Parking's not too bad actually. We were right on the 737 line, but we are definitely a bit wonky. Okay, so shut down checklist, anti-collision light off, weather radar off, engine start levers cut off, parking brake is set, transponder is standby, parking checklist complete. Get the chocks in, and we'll get a ground power on its way. Lovely stuff. All right, fantastic. We'll disembark passengers as well. Yeah, I definitely got a GSX profile for this. These are definitely not default positions here. Some random chocks just laying there. Good. All right, external power on. Get the APU off. Final fuel pump can go off. We'll get these hydraulics off as well. Good. Alrighty, chats. Alright, alright. So who's ready to see the final report in New Sky then? Oh! Why you do this? What's happened? Why did the jetway just disconnect there? Hello? Operate jetways requested, waiting for other services to complete. Okay, interesting. Let's do it that way instead. Lovely job. I imagine Ryanair probably wouldn't use the jetway here, right? Would they? They would use stairs. I imagine. I don't know. Sam, welcome to the chats. Welcome indeed. I hope you're doing well. All right then, chat. So let's have a look on New Sky, shall we? Let's see how we did. Obviously, this wasn't strictly a Fuzz Air flight, but I did use New Sky to track it. So technically, it's counted for Fuzz Air, but I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter too much, does it? Okay then. So landing reports, or the pilot report anyway, 9.67, so pretty good. Basically got marked down for our off-centerline takeoff, which is probably due to the fact that I had my sensitivity not set too well there, and I essentially just, yeah, I was confused why we were unable to lift off, so we deviated from the centerline there. So we got docked 033 for that, so that's that one. And then the touchdown, great touchdown, 1.33 G, 288 feet per minute. It actually felt quite a bit smoother than that, to be quite honest, but I'll take it. That's fine. We still got a great touchdown. Max centerline deviation 3.89 meters there. So pretty good. 500 meters from the threshold there. So I think that's pretty bob on, to be quite honest with you. Let's see. There's the landing. Yeah, just right after the aiming point there. So absolutely spot on. Basically on centerline. And easily in the touchdown zone there, so absolutely perfect. Really, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. I think that was pretty hunky dory, to be quite honest. Made $2,234 for the airline, so not that much. But we only had 126 passengers. But it was, you know, it is what it is. Didn't do it for the money. I just wanted to have New Sky track the flight. Really, that's all it was. Cool. Alrighty. So that is that. It seems like the passenger deboarding is not really working very well either. It doesn't seem like they're actually deboarding. It's just doing the bags. Because it just popped up, do you want to deboard crew? So just a bit confused by that one, to be honest. But hey ho, never mind. It is what it is. Welcome to Asturias, guys. This is the first time we've flown into here on the stream. Before we do that, though, who got closest on the guesses there? I think it was Just Uncool, wasn't it? 252. Oh, no, we've got Photochrome Max coming in 275. Do we have anyone else closer? We don't. Photochrome Max, congratulations there. 288 feet per minute was the landing rate officially. Although, that being said, the landing rate on SimToolkitPro has come up as 133 feet per minute. So... No, we'll go by New Sky. We'll go by New Sky. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I say, it didn't feel that firm, but it is what it is. Landing rate was, it was 288 feet per minute, according to New Sky. Right, let's have a quick look around this airport then, shall we? I'll make it a little bit brighter. It's quite cloudy here, though, at the moment, but that should do us, I think. So, yeah, Asturias, welcome, guys. It's Markus Nyberg Scenery, available on Orbx. Very, very nice indeed. The ground texture is absolutely stunning, as always, by Markus. Really, really nice. Cannot complain at all. Yeah, really good. Only thing I think is maybe this looks a little bit sort of on the blurrier side, but I don't know. There's something about it that makes it look crisp, if you know what I mean. The ground markings are absolutely exceptional. Really, really nice. Static A319 there. Airport modeling and texturing is pretty decent. We've got some low-res textures here. Tower looking rather cool. Very interesting looking tower there. Don't think there's any interiors there. There isn't. Land side looking pretty decent as well. Decent amount of detail there. Can't complain at all. Parked cars even. Now, let's actually look at the terminal itself. This is the main event really, isn't it? There is some clutter here. It looks like GSX is sort of overlapping this. This looks like it's standard ground clutter with the airport. That's GSX, that tug there. I believe these chocks are from the scenery as well. I don't think they're from anywhere else. But yeah, the jetways look really nice. The clutter looks relatively, it looks really nice as well. Same sort of models you see at the at Gothenburg, if you guys remember those. They look pretty much the same. I wonder if the little covers come over when it rains here as well, like it does at Gothenburg. But yeah, looking nice. Nice little interior as well. Nicely done. Fairly simplistic, but does the job, I think. Really cannot complain about that at all. Very small little gate area here, though, to be fair. But yeah, looking really nice. Really nice. I mean, like I've said before, Markus Nyberg, just the way he does his texturing, it just looks so believable. There's no other way I can put it. They look great, even though there are some low reses somewhat here and there. I just think the general texturing is very, very nice. I think that tree needs something done with it, though. That's sort of making it look a bit strange here, isn't it? But yeah, really like it. Really like it. Looks like there's some signage out here as well. Some static bizjets here. Trijet here. What is this one, chat? What plane is that? I have no idea. Little GPU as well. Cute. People meeting outside it with a bit of luggage there. Oh, they're all pointing at something. What are they pointing at? Let's see. This guy's saying, I want to get on the plane. This guy's saying, no. Look at her shoes. She's saying, look at the wind. Is it going to be safe to take off? Oh, look at that. Look at that squirrel in the tree. Okay, I'll stop with that now. And then, yeah, I mean, ground textures, etc. look great. We've got nice custom taxiway signage, which you love to see. Some wigwags. Nice model there as well. Great textures on the runways. Really, really fantastic textures on the runways, I have to say, including the markings. Shame about the satellite imagery is so low res in this area, but nevertheless, it's everywhere else looks really, really good. I also noticed on the approach as well, these custom sort of lighting. Well, it's just custom lighting, isn't it? Basically, for the approach. Looks really, really cool. You can really see that as well when you're on approach, which is great. Let's have a look at the other end real quick. Leon, take it easy, dude. Enjoy your molten hops. I might have to join you on that. Glad you enjoyed, and yeah, have a fantastic evening, my dude. No runway, no actual lighting at this end. Look at this approach, though, from this side. That is super nice, isn't it? The cliffs. I wonder if there's been a bit of modelling done on this cliff. It kind of looks like it's not default. Bit of terraforming, maybe. Yeah, great little scenery. Nice. I would give it quite a solid score, I think. Good solid 7.9 maybe. 8.1. I like it. Very good. All right, we're fully deboarded now, so let's check out the replay, shall we? Pipe down, GSX. Pipe down. Make sure we disconnect from VATSIM, of course. Gulfstream? It could be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know many aircraft like that, to be honest. Right, let's check it out then, shall we? We'll skip forward initially to the go-around, of course. Oh, look at the VOR model down there as well. I missed that before. Is it a VOR? Not actually 100% sure if it is. That's the go around. The Salt Falcon 7.8 X-ray. Yeah, could well have been. I don't know what they look like off the top of my head either, to be fair. You guys probably know better than I do. All right, let's check it out, shall we? What do we know? You guys probably know different plane types better than I do. That was a fantastic landing, I have to say. That looked fantastic. Dan Vosa, welcome to the chat. How's your day been so far? Good, good, thank you. Yeah, not bad at all. How has yours been, Dan? Not bad, actually. Not as good as I thought it would do. It doesn't look quite as great from that angle, but... hey-ho. Looks like the wheels sink into the ground a little bit with this replay tool as well, unfortunately. I think when I put a bit of rudder in to bring the nose round, I forgot to put my aileron in. So the wing went down a little bit. Not bad. Not too shabby. Doing any more flights? No, this is the last flight today. Right, guys. I'm going to let this beautiful approach play out from here. I'm going to sign out. And that's going to be it from me for today. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you had enjoyed, please do consider hitting the thumbs up button on the way out. If you haven't already, absolutely loved that flight. Really, really enjoyable. And thank you guys for sharing that with me. Hope you enjoyed. Once again, we're back. We're live again on Sunday. Back in the fly-by-wire A32NX, actually. We'll be flying in Norway. Another requested routing into Aalesund from Oslo. So looking forward to that. Bit of fuzz air action. Enjoy your Friday evening, Saturday, everybody, and I'll catch you again on Sunday. Thank you very much once again. Bye for now.